Hi, how you doing? I'm Tyson Franklin, and today I want to talk about preparation, or why preparation is the key. Now, I was recently on a podcast called The Art of Healthcare with Chris Desmond, which will be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. And he's a physiotherapist in New Zealand. He's also going to be on the Podiatry Legends podcast probably towards the end of October. Anyway, when I was on his podcast is about the difference between human skills and communication versus clinical skills that we learn at university. And we were talking about the comparison when a new graduate comes out compared to someone that's got, say, 20 years experience. Is it the clinical skills have improved that much, or have the communication skills improved? So one of the questions that Chris asked me was, how did I improve my communication skills with my patients? And I found one of the secrets was preparation, was preparing for tomorrow's patients today. So just making sure that before I finished each day, I knew what patients were coming in the next day. And if for some reason I couldn't do it, I would make sure I was at work really early so I could look at all the patients for the day and I could be prepared for those patients. And I would sit down and I'd work out an actual game plan. So I'd look at if I had so many general patients, I would look at how many biomechanical patients I had a look what orthotic fittings needed to be done, or if I had some adjustments that were due, have the adjustments been done? So by today, looking at your patients tomorrow before you finish work and really mapping out your day. And it's also, if you've got other practitioners in your clinic and there may be one room where you have a particular piece of equipment there that everybody shares, are you all on the same page? Have you looked at your day and know when you need that piece of equipment and who else might be using it at the same time? Because this is where stress starts to build up. If you start running behind because you want to use a piece of equipment and somebody else is using it, you have to wait 5 minutes. That 5 minutes could put you 5 minutes behind. But if you knew that the day before, you could talk to the other person that you're working with, or you could talk to a receptionist and make sure that that room was actually freed up. So it's all about preparing for the next day, setting a game plan, and also putting things in place. If for some reason it goes off track, how can you get it back on track as fast as possible? It is really, really important. So if for some reason you are behind, have you identified which patients you may be able to move to another day if that happened? Because some days you might have somebody away and it becomes a very, very busy day. If the day before you've prepared everything, and also too, you might have a patient that might be coming in for a 12-month review. It could be a veteran affairs patient, could be a general patient, could be biomechanical. If you've read their file the day before they even sit in your chair, you can almost map out what are your intentions with this patient? What's the outcome that you want to achieve with this patient? Not think about the outcome with the patient when the patient is in the room with you. So when you plan your day out and you remove that stress and you have a game plan that you're going to follow, and I think things can go off track, but also have plans in place how you can get yourself back on track. When you do that and your stress levels are down and you're more relaxed, you're then more prepared to listen to the patient, because you're not looking at your watch thinking, I've got another patient, I've got to hurry. And patients will pick up when you're rushed. Patients will pick up if you're under stress. So if you plan your day before, because preparation is the key, relax, be ready for the day, your communication skills with your patients will open up. Because one, like I said, when you're relaxed, you will hear what the patient's saying. You will listen, you'll become a better listener when you're more relaxed and you're not rushed. And by listening more, you will become a better communicator. You'll be able to talk to the patient. You won't be rushing a patient through. You'll just be going through what the patient needs to know. And the thing is, because you've already looked at the file beforehand and in your head, you've already worked out, this is what I'm going to do with John. This is what I'm going to do with Mary. Oh, when Joe turns up at 3 o'clock, this is what I'm going to be doing. You've got it all planned out. The day runs so much smoother. I've had podiatrists that work with me who, when they start at 8:30, they're rocking at 8:29. They're quickly trying to make a coffee. They have no idea what's coming up for the day. They've got adjustments that hadn't been done. There may be an orthotic fitting and they still had to do something for it. And they very quickly learn, when they see how relaxed I am through the day when I'm working and not being so rushed, that they eventually start picking up some of those skills. Now, there's a lot of tips around this, and it is a very, very big area when it comes to communicating with your patients. But when you do communicate with your patients better, your patients will talk about you. They will always talk about you in a positive way. They'll never say, I was at the podiatrist today, geez, they just rushed me through. They looked really busy and they looked flustered. You don't want your patients saying that. You want your patients thinking that you have everything under control and you're extremely relaxed and you communicate with them really well. And when you communicate with them better and they hear you better, they're going to follow your instructions and you're going to have less problems and less concerns. So I hope you get something from that. Just remember, preparation is the key, and it is a big part of improving your communication skills with your patients. Love your feedback on this particular topic, and I'll talk again later. Bye.